So good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on how to make an impact with birthday cards. My name is Lisa Butler, and I'm the Client Growth Specialist for Printco. So a little bit about me. I've been in the industry for 35 plus years, during which time I've worked for several different innovative companies with expertise in forms, labels, and commercial print. I've been with Printco for 2 years, and my primary focus is to grow sales for our dealers by training and educating on all that we have to offer. I serve clients all over the country. While our manufacturing is in Amro, Wisconsin, I actually reside in Central Ohio. And I would say go Bucks, but I'm not a big Buckeye fan. So just a few housekeeping rules before we get started. I do have all attendees in listen-only mode if you've called in, and at the end of the presentation, I will unmute your lines for questions. During the presentation, please submit your questions into the chat box, and we'll try to get to all of them on this webinar. During the presentation, I will be focused on the webinar itself, and I will be glancing periodically and try to answer any questions at the end during the Q&A time. We are also recording this webinar, so we will make it available for future rebroadcast if you want to watch it later. You also can click on the handouts in the little tab at any time during this presentation to download a copy of the slide deck as well as our customer-friendly sell sheets. So for those of you who are not familiar with all that Printco does, I just want to take a couple minutes and tell you a little bit more about us. Printco got our start 60 years ago, and we're proud of the fact that we're a third-generation family-owned business. We are a wholesale trade printer that works with our network of dealers to keep up with the latest trends to ensure we evolve and thrive for the next 60 years. Our team of experts is here to help you analyze to improve your client's business with a variety of print technology solutions, which include business forms. And here we're talking about carbonless forms, laser forms, prescription forms, envelopes, and even pegboard forms. A second area is commercial print, and here you can think of this for short-run full-color postcards, marketing collateral, as well as variable data printing and personalization. And lastly is our integrated marketing services, which is also known as cross-media marketing. We can adapt any vertical using multiple marketing channels such as direct mail, email, pearls, or microsites, and text messaging. So that's a little brief synopsis of who Printco is. But let's get to the topic we came to learn about today, which is our emotional expression birthday cards and emails. So let's get started. Before we dive in, I just want to ask a couple questions. So the first one is, what is the one thing that everyone has? And the second question is, what do people like to see? Well, the answer to those questions are, everyone has a birthday and everyone loves to see their name. Birthdays are special, and our suite of emotional expression products are a great way to brighten anyone's special day. Your cards and/or emails are sure to be noticed and remembered. On screen, you're going to see a couple examples of how our program allows you to personalize birthday cards in an unusual and unique way, better than any Hallmark card. This is the premise for our birthday card program. So first, let's talk about postcards or greeting cards. Birthday cards are personalized by incorporating the celebration of their birthday as well as the celebration of their name. Besides just getting creative with different fonts, you will notice from the examples on the screen that you can also personalize our birthday cards with their name in unusual ways, like sprinkles on the side of a cupcake or frosting on the side of a cake. Our cards and your creativity are sure to bring a smile to the recipient's face and make a lasting impression for your client. Besides making personalized graphics, like we just saw, we can also incorporate personalized text. This makes it more personal for the recipient. Excuse me. You don't have to stick with just the standard store-bought greeting. So, for example, you can personalize the note from the president of a company to the employee, or each salesperson could have a unique message to them. So let's say you're working with a car dealership, and each client that has purchased or leased a car could receive a birthday card from their specific sales rep with their own personalized message. And our cards can incorporate pictures, like the salesperson that we just mentioned, or the staff of a business that's sending the birthday card. We're currently working on a project with a dealer in the New Jersey area that's working with a dental practice, and that dentist wanted to include the entire staff and the picture of all the staff. So we were able to do that for them. We can even add personal messages within the card, like "Have a wonderful birthday," and include their name again. Our cards are gender-based, or can be gender-based. So let's say you're working with an insurance company for a client. I'm hearing that the volume went down. Is it back up again? I'll bring the mic closer, and hopefully that will help things out. So let's say we're working with an insurance company for a client, for example. They may have a lot of instances where both the husband and the wife may both be customers within the system. By having a gender-based card, we can create a female version and a male version of a birthday card. So each receives a different card. This makes it a little more personal and targeted versus both spouses getting the identical card. We can also create age-based cards. So if your customer is looking to send cards to children, teens, and adults, we can vary the graphics for the appropriate age. So example, that dentist that I mentioned, they also wanted to not only include the staff's picture, but they wanted to market to their clients within a certain age bracket differently. He has clients from a very young age to people well advanced in years, and he didn't want to have one generic card for his entire client base. Instead, he chose age-appropriate images for children, youth, young adults, and older adults. But the nice thing about the program is it's not just about our human birthdays. Veterinary clinics and doctors can use this program for our four-legged family members as well. Choosing different images from cats, dogs, and birds, or even different breeds and colors within a breed. So an example of that would be maybe they want to put an image of a Labradoodle on the outside of the card or the postcard. Well, we all know Labradoodles can come in different colors, from golden to red to chocolate and tricolor. So we can customize their image to the unique coloring of the dog that they want. And if you're doing a greeting card, we don't want to forget about the envelope. We can also personalize the outside of the envelope with the person's name and a special message as well. But best of all, our birthday card program is very easy. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go through the steps quickly here so that you can see just how easy it is. Step 1 is you have options. You can choose between a greeting card or a postcard. Our standard program is either an 8.5 by 5.5 postcard or an A7 greeting card. But we've also created custom cards that were other various sizes, such as A2 size greeting cards and even oversized postcards. You just determine what your client's looking for, and we'll help you create the product that fits best for that need. Second is choosing the graphics. And here again, we wanted to make it easy. So we have over 200 stock image and font sets combined. And you can simply go to emotional-expressions.com. The website is on the screen. And that allows you to browse through our catalog of images and pick what you like best. But you aren't limited to just our images. We can also take your clients' ideas as well and incorporate them into the program. We want to make it simple, but also incorporate your client's branding if that's what's important to them. Just send us the photo they want to use, and our team will our design team will help guide you through the process of determining how their images will work with our existing fonts, or possibly even creating a brand new font. We have a team that loves a challenge. I know we had one job where it was a company that was a pipe fitting company, and they wanted to have pictures of pipe fittings on their Christmas card. So we were able to take their actual products and make a font out of it. So it's definitely something that we can help out with. Step 3 is to incorporate design the card by choosing the text that you will want incorporated. Any pictures or any special personalization that might be needed within the card, or that special graphic that makes the card unique. You can also include pictures or signatures for a personalized look. We did this program for one of our print dealers who wanted to add a signature of all the owners to the inside of the card. They wanted to be totally hands-off and just have us do the mailing, but they wanted it to look like they had signed it. So they sent their signatures, and we digitized them and incorporated them into the design. So again, these were print-savvy distributors. And when I spoke with a couple of the reps and the conversation came up about, did you get your birthday card? How did you like it? They all made the comment how nice it was of their owners to sign the card personally. So they didn't even realize it was part of the design, which is kind of cool. That's what we were going for. But you can also include logos. You can version the graphics, again, based on gender or age. And you can also version based on location, sales rep, or department. And step 4 is to provide a database. So here is an example of what that database may look like. And as you can see, it's simply an Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file that includes the first and last name of the recipient, the address, and the birth date, along with any other variable information such as gender, sales rep, or anything like that that they want to include into their piece. We had one client that wanted to put the sales rep name, the email, and the phone number specific on their cards, and they had like 10 different sales reps, so we were able to accomplish that for them as well. And lastly, we need to get it in the mail. So here you just need to decide how the cards are going to be delivered to the recipient. And we have options depending on the level of participation they desire. So number 1 is being mailed by the customer. For postcards, the question came up, do you include the year they were born? It depends on how their database exports. We don't do anything with that, but we don't need the year unless you're going to be doing an age-based card where you would want to know, is it an infant or a young child, or is it an adult? So that would be the only thing that we would want there. But again, that would simply be, they could just put a cell that says child, adult, and we don't have to have the year. But we do have some clients that just export it straight from their CRM and send us that, and they're okay with us seeing the year. So we can have it or we don't have to. It's up to your clients. To get it in the mail, we have a couple different options here. First is being mailed by your customer. For the postcard style, we would pre-address and ship in bulk to your customer in birthday order. When we do that, we put a little sheet where the stamp would be affixed so that the person organizing the mailing can just go through the box and figure out which ones need to mail. And then once they go to mail it, they just simply put the stamp on top of it, and nobody knows that that was underneath of there. For the greeting card styles, we have 3 different options for you. And this will all be in the literature as well if you download it or get it later, so you don't have to remember all of it. But the first style would be blank envelopes with the recipient's name and address printed in small type on the back of the card in birthday order for easy reference. Cards are shipped in birthday order in bulk with the envelopes included separately. So that allows them to be able to easily see the birthday and then insert them into the envelope. Option number 2 is the same exact way, except in that case, we do include the company return imprint on the face of the envelope in black ink to eliminate some work on their end. And then lastly, the company return address and the recipient name and address are printed on the face of the envelope. So in this option, the cards are already inserted into the envelope, but we don't seal it. So that way, if they want to drop in a gift card or they want to do something different, then they can do that. But we go ahead and put them in the envelope, so that way you don't risk putting the wrong card inside of the wrong envelope. And then again, they're shipped in birthday order in bulk. So that's option number 1. But option number 2 would be mailed by Printco. So if your customer wants to be totally hands-off, this is the option for them because we can handle it all from start to finish. Cards are mailed at the appropriate time for your customer. So depending on the size of the list, we can accomplish this in a couple different ways. The first one is we had one client that only had 50 employees, but they wanted to send birthday and anniversary cards to all those employees. And that was to help out with employee retention and appreciation. They just didn't want to touch it. So because there was only 50 of them, we went ahead and printed all the cards up front, and then we literally keep a track of them and mail them as necessary to get them around their special birthday. Other programs we have worked on have been on a monthly or a quarterly basis. So it depends on the size of the list and the amount of turnover within an organization. This option allows for additional names to be added or removed prior to mailing. And then, so in that case, we simply get the list, we print it, and we mail it. We have 2 different programs running right now that are done on a monthly basis. In both those cases, we get the list at the end of the prior month and get them printed, and then they mail out the first of the month so that they get there close to their birthday, and they're at least celebrating their birthday month. It may not get there on their exact day, but that's how they designed it, and that's how they want to do it. So if the list is large enough, such as maybe we're going to be mailing all the October birthdays at one time, you may also be able to take advantage of postage savings. Many times postage can be one of the largest components or largest expenses in a mailing. So it simply requires 200 good addresses for standard pre-sort or 500 good addresses for first-class pre-sort. We are also a full fulfillment mail service provider, which allows us to provide several additional options for your clients as well. So we can stamp affix either a first class or a pre-canceled stamp. We do have a couple customers that prefer that because they think it looks more personal because it has a real stamp on it. We do have the ability to print our indicia on there, or we also have achieved mail anywhere status, which allows us to use your customer's indicia and mail from our local post office in Wisconsin. So for example, if you have a client in Ohio, they may not want a Wisconsin indicia, so we can take care of that with their indicia. We definitely have options when it comes to mailing. One obstacle that we kept hearing from our customers were, this is great, but I don't want to print a card, or print and mail is dead and nobody opens their mail. While those statements couldn't be further from the truth, we came up with a solution with the help of our dealer network to overcome that obstacle. So introducing our new birthday email greeting program. And this can be used as a standalone product to introduce your customers to the idea of celebrating their employee or their client's birthdays, or it can be added to a print campaign delivered on their special day right to their inbox. As with our printed cards, we have stock images as well, and you can see those coming up on the screen. With the current program, the personalization level is not quite as sophisticated as the printed version, such as the fonts may not be as unique and personalized. However, we do have over 40 stock fonts, and we can incorporate any true type font that you request. So some of the commonly asked questions are, can I use custom images? And the answer is yes. We can upload custom images that can coordinate with a printed version or as a standalone branding opportunity for your clients. Can I have custom fonts? So at this time, the answer is no, not at this time. Custom fonts would be like the pipe fitting font or your name spelled out in clouds. Right now, it does have to be a true font, but again, we have options on what type of font we can use. Am I able to use more than one variable in an image? So the name would be one variable, and the answer is not at this time. However, we can add links within the body of an email. So it may not appear in the picture itself, but it can be in the body of the email. And this includes anything like special deals, special offers, or free gifts that they can use online or in store. Down the road, we are definitely going to be adding additional features such as custom fonts and options for gender or age-based images as well. So again, it's very simple to do this as well. You simply choose a template and include your message. You send us the list of names, email addresses, and the birth dates. And then to steal from that famous Ronco infomercial line, you set it and forget it. We program the list to deliver on their birthday. You and your client just sit back knowing that you've made somebody's day and you made them smile. So who can benefit from this program? On screen, you're going to see a list of several different verticals that we have seen coming through our production facility. But this is by no means all-inclusive. Some of the ones that we've seen in significant, in quite a bit of quantity, are banks and credit unions, car dealers, and healthcare professionals. But we've also seen them from insurance companies and financial advisors and many other verticals as well. But the nice thing about this is it's more than just a birthday program. Companies can and must become better employers to retain and engage employees. Unemployment remains historically low, workforce participation is virtually stagnant, and more workers are voluntarily leaving their organizations for seemingly greener pastures. Retaining talent is a top concern of every employer out there, but retaining top talent is at the top of the list. A couple statistics, in 2018, 27% of employees voluntarily left their jobs, and 77% of the employees that leave say it could have been prevented by their employer. So one of the best ways to engage employees is through an employee retention and recognition program. It's not always about money or tangible rewards. People just want to know that they are appreciated. This can be done by simply acknowledging an employee on their anniversary date or other holidays like Thanksgiving or Christmas. But best of all is we provide the tools for you so that you can sell this program. We can provide you with sample packs. We can provide you with additional training. We can provide you with design services, live webinars. If you want to present something to your client, we can customize a webinar and present it as your expert to your clients. And then we can also do personalized samples of the products as well if you have a client that wants to see it. So say, for instance, you're going in and doing a marketing pitch to a credit union, and you know there's going to be 3 people there that are the key decision makers. We could work with you to get either PDFs or personalized samples for a small fee ahead of that, so that when you go into your presentation, you would have samples with their names on it so that they could see it in print. It definitely makes a better impact. We can work with you to provide ongoing programs for your clients that's hands-off for them. You get to sell it once, and it's just repeated revenue for you each month. So again, the website to visit would be emotionalexpressions.com. And this is a white branded site that's safe to send your customers to. There's no Printco on this site, and there's no pricing. This site showcases our entire suite of emotional expression products, like calendars, postcards, and greeting cards. And by clicking on the See How It Works, you or your client can actually go through the steps that we just went through today as a refresher, or they can see how the whole program works themselves. The site also allows you or your customer to browse through the entire catalog of graphics in the EE library and search by specific categories such as animals, kids, holidays, and birthdays. By clicking on the EE birthday cards, they will also be able to see examples of what a completed project would look like, allowing them to spark their creativity and take their cards to a new level. So here's an example of a greeting card, both on the outside of the card, and here you can see how the name is printed on the back of the card, how it's cut and hidden. And you can see the inside of the card. And here is an example of a postcard campaign. So with that, we're going to have our question and answer session. I think I got to all the questions that were in the chat box. So before I unmute your lines here, get that done. If there's any questions that you have, you're welcome to ask them, or you can jot it in the chat box. And again, don't forget that the slides are available for download as well as the sell sheet. So are there any other questions? I do not see any other questions. So I want to put on the screen here our contact information. And I just want to thank everyone for taking the time out of their day today to attend our webinar.